Hello, thank you for viewing the presentation today over employee-owned operated organizations and the benefits. This is a presentation that covers a report done by Sammy Cardinal, Sarah Fleener, myself, Joe Rondash, and Gretchen Teeter calling me. Today I'm going to talk to you about what is employee-owned companies. Later we'll go into some disadvantages and advantages of that, and then we have a handful of people that we discussed and interviewed about their individual experiences with employee-owned organizations. Employee organizations are fairly common. The National Center for Employee Ownership estimates 36% of the workforce does work for employee-owned operations. That is about 28 million people. Over the last 40 years, they've seen that increase. So what does it mean to be employee-owned? Well, it comes in four forms. Stock purchase plans, which the employee gains right to buy stock in a defined number of shares over a period of time at a set price. Second type is employee stock purchase plans, or ESOPs. These are, you receive stock from the company. Per se, you get hired, you're given 2 shares. At your year anniversary, they give you another share. 5 years, they can give you another 2 more shares. Or if you advance up the ranks of the chain of command, you acquire more stocks. The third type is employee stock purchase plans, or ESPP. These are a lot like your stock purchase plans, but they allow you to buy the stock at a offered period at the beginning or end, whichever is just the best deal for you. The fourth is kind of a 401k plan. This is a lot like the stock purchase plan, but you can buy the stocks of the company mixed in with some other stocks, so you can kind of diversify your portfolio. Third slide here, we're going to estimate the number of plans and employee value assets plans. These just give you a rough number of, at the end of 2011, of the ESOPs, most common employee-owned purchase plan. At the end of 2011, there was 8,926 roughly in the United States of ESOPs. 14.7 million people were the number of participants, and the estimated value was just a hair under $100 billion. The broad-based individual equity plans, which is like your ESPPs, they were about 3,000 plans with 9 million people. Did not estimate the value because each company's price and all that made it difficult for that. Third type is stock purchase plans, standard type. There's 4,000 plans, 11 million people. Once again, did not estimate that value. The 10,000 U.S. companies that are employee-owned, only about 7,000 of them are large enough to make a major factor in the strategy and culture of the company. About half of them, about 5,000, were majority owned by the SOPs to make a difference, make their employees know or voice heard, and less than half, about 4,000, were 100% owned by the SOPs. Of these employee-owned companies in the United States, a majority of them are in the arts and media, books, and food and beverage. The one we most know is the grocery stores. Around Kansas, you have the Hy-Vee and Price Chopper. Those two both are employee-owned companies. Next, the top 20 companies employee-owned. Number 1 is the Publix supermarket out of Florida. They just run a standard ESOP type of plans. Then you have Damon Worldwide out of Connecticut. They also run an ESOP. There's a food distribution. CH2M Hill out of Colorado. They run a stock incentive purchase plan, engineering and construction. And then the fourth one, Life Touch, which is your photography company. Anybody that's ever taken pictures to me in the United States that is in elementary school, middle school, high school, Life Touch has done them. Also, you look on here, there's Price Chopper and a couple other supermarkets, like I said before. Now I'm gonna hand over the presentation to my next classmate. They're gonna talk to you about some advantages and disadvantages of the ESOPs and a little more information on the ESOPs. Thank you for listening.